A very good morning to all of you. Today our topic is column chromatography. Short form of column chromatography is CC. C for column and C for chromatography. This is also a part of chromatography like HPC and TLC, but some difference in this. This is also some advance from TLC and PC. The column chromatography is a technique which is used to separate a single chemical compound from a mixture dissolved in a flood. Column chromatography we discuss in these topics. First upon introduction, second is principle, third is procedure, fourth is the factor, and last is the applications. The introduction. Column chromatography is an extremely valuable technique for purification of synthetic natural products. This chromatography are used for compounds are separated by this chromatography through the same mechanism as TLC, thin layer chromatography. We already known about TLC. Through differential intermolecular forces between the components of the mixture with the mobile phase and between the components with the stationary phase. Stationary phase shows that insolubility and mobile phase shows that solubility. Some columns are shown in figures. We know that solvents are two types, polar or non-polar. Polar component B absorb more strongly to the polar silica and elevate after the less polar component A, which move more quickly with the non-polar relative to silica. Here is A and B. A and B. You seen the here is A, B, B, B. This is a mixture. This is a column. Initial, after some time, and after some time, and at last. Adsorbent. A variety of adsorbent can be used as the stationary phase. Adsorbent like as the adsorbent we already use in TLC like a silica gel and alumina. Here also we use silica gel, calcium carbonate, cellulose, starch, etc. is more commonly used in organic chemistry. Selection of adsorbent. Selection of adsorbent is depend on the nature of compounds. Mobile phase. Solvent also play important role in this column chromatography. Many types of solvents are available like cyclohexane, benzene, chloroform, acetone, petroleum ether, acetic ester, methanol, ethanol, benzene, and so on. Column. What is the column? In this techniques, column is very important part of column chromatography. The column dimensions are important for the effective column separation. Range from 1:10 to 1:100. This is shown that various types of the column. This is also a column. Preparation of column. Dry packing method and wet packing method. This is the sampling and this is the column. This is the dry packing. Development technique. The development techniques are three types. First is the gradient elevation, second is the successive elevation, and third is the isocratic elevation. You seen in this is the C2 and C1 and C2, both are chamber and conjunction by this unit, and here is a simple standard. Here is the magnetic stirrer. A magnetic stirrer used for the synthesis process. Here is the reservoir chamber, solution of concentration CO2, and mixing chamber, solution of concentration of C1, and this is solutions to column. These are columns. These are reservoirs. Reservoirs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are reservoirs. This is the sample we use from mixing. This is the reservoir. This is the mixing. After that to column, and this sample are is in here reservoirs. This is the sample. This is the reservoirs. Solid porous matrix. This is the stationary phase and the porous spot and the effluent. The samples are running down. Here is there, and here is here, and here is, and here are separate in A, B, and C. These are the proteins type, mixture of the proteins type. This is the common technique. Chromatography, column chromatography. Here is the mixture in column A, B, and C, and used for the element. And after some times, a mixture is separate out in CBA, and after the completely separation by column chromatography. Factors. Factors are very important for this technique. Some factors are affecting this techniques. The column is the important part of this technique. Totally depend on column. A column length is approximate 1 to 10 and 1 to 100. A short column is not effective in this technique. Adsorbent. A good adsorbent used in column, because the dry technique we use adsorbent like as the alumina silica gel. The alumina is the best adsorbent in the column chromatography. Solvents. The chromatography solvents are more important in this, and solvents are differ for differ compounds. We know that solvents are two types, polar and non-polar. At first, heat and trial methods, polar and non-polars 100% we use. After that, a mixture use 50-50 and 640 and 370 as on. Temperature. This technique are affecting by temperature. A room temperature resulting is very effective result in room temperature. Temperature is increased, that result is also variable, and these are factors. Pressure is also a factor affecting of the column chromatography. Applications. The column chromatography, a lot of applications in chemistry scenario. This technique used for the mixture separation and purification also. We seen before some time a mixture of ABC. Put it in column. After some time, A, B and C all are separate by the column chromatography. In this technique, we found the components are in approximate pure form. In this technique, isolation and the active constituents, and this technique used for the clinical purpose. Dear students, this technique, the component with lower absorbance and affinity of the stationary phase travel faster when compared to the greater absorption and affinity with the stationary phase, because two phases are in there, stationary and mobile. The components that move fast are removed first, whereas the components that move slowly are the elevate out for last. The adsorption of solute molecule to the column occurs in the reversible manner. The rate of the movement of the components expressed as RF value, retardation factor, retention factor. What is the procedure? We generally discussion in that, but again we once again I tell you procedure. Before starting with the column chromatography experiment, let us understand the different phases involved: mobile phase and stationary phase. Mobile phase, the phase is made up of solvent and it performs the following function. It acts as a solvent. Sample mixture can be introduced in the column. Second number, it acts as the developing agent, helps in the separation of components in the sample to form bands. And mobile phase act as a eluting agent. The components that are separated during the experiment are removed from the column. Mobile phase are some example of the solvents used for the mobile phase based on their polarity. that is the ethanol, acetone, water, acetic acid, pyridine, etc. Now I discuss stationary phase. It is solid material which should have good adsorption property and meet the condition. Shape and size of the particle. Particles should have uniform shape and size in the range of 60 to 200 mu in a diameter. Stationary phase stability and the intention of the particles. High mechanical stability of the chemical inert. Also, no reaction with acid, base or any other solvent used during the experiment. The stationary phase should be colorless, inexpensive and readily available. Should allow free flow of mobile phase. It should be suitable for the separation of mixture of the various components. Now this is the experimental, we discuss about experimental technique. The stationary phase is made wet with the help of solvent as the upper level of the mobile phase, and the stationary phase should match. The mobile phase or element is either solvent or mixture of solvent. In the first step, the compound mixture that need to be separated, it added from the top of the column without disturbing to top level. The tape is turned on and the adsorption process on the surface of silica begins. Next, without disturbing the stationary phase, solvent mixture is added slowly by the touching the sides of the glass column. The solvent is added throughout the experiment as per requirement. The tape is turned on the initiate the movement of compounds in the mixture. The movement is based on the polarity of the molecule in the sample. The non-polar component move at greater speed when compared to the polar components. The example, a compound mixture consists of three different compounds which we discuss A, B and C. As the polarity of the green column chromatography applications, which application is this, we already tell about these applications, but once time again I tell you, column chromatography is the used for isolate active ingredients. Column chromatography is used to isolate active ingredients. It is very helpful in separating compound mixture. It is used to determine drug estimation from drug formulation. It is used to remove impurities, used to isolation metabolites from biological flood. The types of the column chromatography: adsorption column chromatography, partition column chromatography, gel column chromatography, ion exchange column chromatography, ion exchange column chromatography, we discuss in ion exchange chromatography. But gel column chromatography, in this method of the chromatography, the separation takes place through a column packed with gel. So this name of gel column chromatography. The stationary phase is solvent held in the gap of the solvent. And partition column chromatography, the stationary phase always as mobile phase are liquid in partition chromatography. And at first, adsorption column chromatography. Adsorption chromatography is a technique of separation in which the components of the mixture are adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent. As some assignments for you, dear students. Assignment is this: what is the principle involved in column chromatography, and what is the column chromatography, and what is the main advantage in column chromatography, So you complete your assignment on time to time and complete your notes by PDF file which is given by me. The column chromatography technique I think has been completed. After this lecture, I will be a next lecture on ion exchange chromatography. Thanks for patience. Thank you. Thank you so much.